so far. What do you think? Claude, I mentioned a Claude, not for Onic, but it's a Claude.
It is going to be Claude. What do you think about that, Rashi? Wow.
Well, that gives them a lot of dive potential right now with the Uranus as well. They can actually go in really all the way, and unless Geek can set up properly and make sure that the Ruby has full advantage as far as positioning goes to actually disrupt that kind of dive, it's going to be really difficult, man. And Onic has shown that if a team prepares for that, they can maneuver around, right? Go for flanks, find opportunities where the opponents are least expecting it, and go for that dive. So just off the drafts, I think Onic has a more solid game plan, and I think they have a better chance of actually taking this game.
I gotta agree with you here, Arashi. I feel like Onic has the better composition, but I do find that Claude pick to be questionable. They have a lot of CC and a lot of lockdown. Remember, it's Ruby on the side of Geek Fam, so even though I like Onic's draft better, I think if Geek Fam have made the right adjustments and has progressed from their mistakes, I think they might be able to take game number 1.
Wow. We will have to see here if Miracle and as well as Arashi, because game number 1 will commence soon with Connie, Miracle, as well as Arashi, Geek Fam taking on Onic. Let's just jump into the Land of Dawn.
Again, like I mentioned, when we're talking about both of these compositions, I actually favor Geek Fam when it comes to the early game, just based on the lanes itself. Top side, Phobius will be able to control most of these fights in the mid lane as well. Sure, Keyboy will have a lot of poke, but Rupture and Vince, I feel like they have a lot of pressure. Wait a minute, never mind. It's Cho mid. I just realized that. And Cho already going in.
Samo going in 3 versus 1 with the Shumpo. Samo still has the flicker to escape, but will just use the dash to escape. So just the early pressure here, trying to force Ren V on that retribution.
I do feel like that was a little bit greedy for the side of Geek Fam. I think the retribution should have come out earlier. Just because of that, now Samo has the chance once again to look for the invade. This time, no retribution.
Man, oh man. Right now, Surfeit Lance already invading the jungles.
What? No way. Did he get the orange? He did! I told you!
The purple! Whoa! Samo with the Steel Arashi.
Well, that is
I called it.
Awful. That is just so difficult for Renzi to deal with right now. I mean, with all the pressure going in and with the lanes relatively slow, right? Farsa has a lot of advantage in the lane, but the Phobius and the Ruby, and the Beatrix will take a bit of time before they can actually be a relevant factor. So now Onic, having the stronger lanes, have the chance to actually keep pressuring towards the jungle, and that will just stunt the farming potential of Ren V. And honestly, I think if it goes down to the late game later on, one of the members that Onic needs to actually focus down, aside from Ren V, is also Maves on that Phobius. Because we have seen that with a team lacking some long CPS,
God.
Ooh, it'll be quite difficult. But there again, CW denies that gold buff from Ren V.
Man.
It's a slaughter. And Geek Fam, they're going to get ganked here, Gani.
3 versus 2. Ren V is just out of position, taken down. But actually, Geek Fam got some sort of a compensation, taking CW down too, so it will be a trade, 1 for 1.
Ren V, I said it, right? He was a little bit too greedy on the retribution, the miscalculations. He took the orange buff, but again, I think Kimmy actually needs the purple buff more than she does need the orange. And the thing is, now you're 1 level behind, you're 2 level behind of Surfeit Lance. That's going to be the kick.
Oh, Wave Dragon connects Surfeit Lance with a follow-up, taking Ren V down for the 2nd time in the Land of Dawn. Vince with the Feather Airstrike will not be able to do anything. This is the 2nd time that Ren V's gone down, Mirko.
It's been 2 minutes so far, and he has been taken down twice. Remember, I'm saying this again, he's 2 levels behind of Samo. He's 3 levels behind of Surfeit Lance, and that's not just the orange buff taken away, but also the purple. It's a complete slaughter and a complete lockdown. Onic, they've controlled every single second of these 3 minutes.
And this is why it's so dangerous to play against Onic with weak laners and a weak jungler. They just know how to use their advantage, and now Rupture will be the next pickoff.
Yeah, Rupture has no way of escaping that one. Another pickoff, and Geek Fam, they are behind. They are 2 kills, 1 kill behind. But I feel like Onic Esports, with the 2K gold here, they can just immediately follow it up with clearing and taking objectives more. Oh, Blazing Duets about side. Schwan surviving with low HP. Oh, 1 more basic attack.
Samo?
Just needs to... There you go, the flicker, Samo. Wow, what a kill from the side of Onic Esports. And they are now almost 3K ahead of Geek Fam. Samo with the orange buff once more. Keyboard CW following it up. My oh my, Rupture will not be able to escape another pick-off in the bot side.
It's 2-5, it's a 3,000 gold lead, and Boots has scaled as well. He's level 7, and look at Renvi, he's still level 4. Surfeit Lance is 2 times the level. He's level 8. This is, I think, the biggest XP gap I've seen in the MPL. And in the bottom side, again, Schwan will be the one winning out in most of these trades against CW, but does it even matter? CW, all he needs to do is scale. He's doing really well right now, and Onic once again pressuring Renvi off of his own jungle. It's not going to be a good game for Geek Fam, but Maeve's already going in here.
Onic with 4, Demonic Force has been popped, Feather Airstrike as well as Boots just tanking man in the bot side, and right now Samo wants to cancel, but Samo will not be able to escape. Nice time offended there by the side of Geek Fam. Rupture with a kill.
It's just so stressful for Renvi right now. He needs to go and take his buffs. He needs to scale, but he's not getting the room to do so. Finally, Geek Fam are able to actually punish this overstep from the side of Onic Esports, but they need to be way, way more proactive here. If not, Onic are just going to control the game.
I do agree with you. Another purple buff invaded there. Accomplished by the side of Onic Esports. Renvi again without the purple buff. And Arashi, tell me, 5 minutes in.
Well, again, it's just so difficult for them right now because Onic, they get an advantage. They never just sit on it. They use that mid-lane pressure to actually invade the jungle. After invading the jungle, right now, you can see even Boots from all the way in the XP lane is traveling all the way down to actually get involved in the action. So Onic is just playing as a unit. This is what we're talking about. The coordination between, the gap of coordination between these two teams. You can see that Renvi is relatively on his own compared to Onic.
Yeah, I would like to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, if you are munching and hungry, just download the Grab app right now. Samo already moving in. A Wave of Dragon connects on towards Rupture. Rupture will not be able to survive. Well, you can see maximum charge being fired, but no impact whatsoever. Surfeit Lance flanking, trying to somehow target Renvi. Oh, in the backside here, Schwan gets taken down with aggressive movements. The Jet Kundo and as well as Surfeit Lance taking the kill.
A 4K gold lead right now as it stands for Onic Esports, and that's going to be the turtle as well. Renvi is still 4 levels behind of Surfeit Lance. They're controlling the enemy jungle. They're controlling the entire map at this point with Boots as well. In the mid lane, he's going to get grabbed, but he's not going to be taken down. This is just how dominant Boots is on the Uranus at this point. Samo goes in.
We have Dragon connects on towards Rupture. Killing spree for Surfeit Lance. They might want more Boots here tanking. CW with the blazing duet onto 3. Vince is very low. He will not be able to survive. Samo with the aggressive movement still will not be able to connect on towards more members, but 2 for none for the side of Onic Esports once again.
CW engaged a 1v4 and somehow survives. The battle mirror image was on point. Arashi at this point, 7 minutes, 7K gold lead. It's a 1K per minute game.
Well, and I think Onic is just looking to increase that lead even further. Right now, their issue is Boots. He's just so dominant in the front, and he rushed a Radiant armor, and with the composition of Geek Fam having so much magic damage on their hands, right? It's just very difficult. They need to wait for Schwan to get involved, but for the most part, Schwan isn't going to get involved with Boots in any way or form until later on in the game. Along with that, though, he already has a Brute Force Breastplate, so he has a lot of tankiness, a lot of movement speed, but he does not have that Enchanted Talisman we've come to expect. I think he is already such a big issue right now. And even Keyboy and Surfeit Lance have all been itemizing to make sure that Renvi has 0 impact. 3 Radiant Armors on the hands of Onic Esports.
So, practically, they are ahead, but they're still somehow trying to nullify the damage from the side of Kimmy. What a wise decision, I feel like. Onic now wants a mid-side. Schwan and as well as Vince trying to take down the last minion there in the mid-side. Top side, though, CW here with the turret.
Yeah, at this
taken.
point, they're just sieging Donnie. They're just sieging Arashi. CW on this Claude. I said it was a questionable pick, but honestly, he's been able to scale so well. 0-1-7 right now. It's a very good stat line for the Claude, a hero that's not in the meta right now currently. And the thing is, this is when it just gets crazy, all right? When Geek Fam can't even enter their own jungle because they're getting zoned by 2 frontliners, it's over. Maeve's now completely just bursted down. They don't even need to take him down. All they need to do is just go in, move back, get the heals from Keyboy, and repeat.
And repeat. There you go. Onic Esports still in the lead. Dominant performance. Rupture trying to find an initiation. Does not connect just yet. Onic Esports here with the Lord up, I feel like that is their next target.
Now, this is actually the exact issue, because right now even Rupture and Maves can't really enter the jungle without getting insta bursted down by the team of Onic Esports, and that makes it very difficult for Geek Fam to find any info or get any control. And what's crazy is Onic has been doing this since the get-go, since the beginning. And that, I think, is what Mirko likes to mention, the importance of having a strong lane to make plays off. Because for Geek Fam, that is not available right now, and they are paying the price for it, and they're paying bad.
The reason I said Geek Fam should actually be able to, if not control, at least withstand that early game is because they actually do have winning lanes here, Arashi. Beatrix will win against Claude in that bottom side. In the top side as well, Phoveus doesn't lose out against Uranus. He doesn't get completely stomped. It's actually an equal lane. So as long as Geek Fam have what it takes to just roam, they will be able to actually catch some people off guard. But the thing is, they haven't been able to get that mid pressure, and it's mostly because the jungle is just non-existent in this game. Ren V onto this Kimmy, level 9 at 10 minutes, whereas we can take a look at the damage dealt. It is Schwan, but remember, Onic members, they've just been, the front lines have just been soaking damage in. It's not really effective damage.
Well, right now, Samo with the flicker connects, but Rupture with the cancel, blazing the wets on towards the backside, will not be able to take anyone down, but take a look at the front side here. Samo survives Feather Airstrike, but somehow the damage is not enough. Serpent Lance, though, a little bit too aggressive, gets taken down. 1 for 1, actually. I thought it was 1 for nothing for side of Geek Fam, but it is going to be 1 for 1. Rupture being the casualty of Geek Fam right now. They are focusing on clearing the minions, and Onic looks to invade the jungles of side of Geek Fam.
Well, despite having a very tanky build, Surfeit Lance was able to actually get taken down in that fight. So that is not the best result. It is a shutdown for the side of Geek Fam as well. The gold difference, though, is still at 10k despite that the shutdown there. So insane right now.
Well, you know, right now, currently in MLBB, well, not currently, in MLBB Season 9, not MPL Season 9, he was actually top global, #1, the Cho in the world, the best Cho in the world, basically. And the second was actually Leo Murphy. And remember, back in MLBB Season 9, that was when Leo Murphy was popping off.
Yeah. So, again, Samo on his perhaps signature hero here on this show. Let's go back into the lineup down here. Items are up. Arashi, tell me what's up.
CW, despite not having a kill already, has the Demon Hunter Sword, the Golden Staff, the Athena Shield, just to make sure that any kind of burst will be nullified. And early on, I think he also got the corrosive side, I think. It just popped up. So he does a lot of damage, and he can make sure that his team can follow up because of that extra bit of slow. And we saw earlier, Maze right now has the Clock of Destiny and the Oracle because he's trying to deal with other sources of damage. But once he gets in front of CW, Phoveus is going to get melted like almost instantly.
It's just such a hard game, again, for Geek Fam. What are they supposed to do? They're trapped in their base on esports right now with the 10,000 gold lead. They're playing it smart. They're not going in aggressively. They're waiting. They're freezing the lanes. And now Boots goes in, opening up the map. Even without the mini waves to set up, they're still going to be able to control the enemy jungle. And this is just a disaster. Samo comes in, and they all need to back away. All 5 members, just because of the playmaking potential. And there you go, 2 seconds for the Lord. They've already built up a slow push in every single lane. I don't know what to say anymore. 12 minutes in, an 11k gold lead, and another free objective on the board.
Well, and that just makes it very difficult for Geek Fam to find anything yet again. And part of the reason why is their engage is also a Ruby, which is relatively short range. And once they use the I'm offended aggressively, if they want to try and find a pick, right, in such a desperate situation, that almost instantly means they have nothing left to protect the backline, and that is where CW will strike. So right now, they have very, very few options. And in contrast to that, Onic has all the options in the world. They can actually bait for info with Boots. They can actually go for backline dives, right, with CW and Serpent Lance. And even if they don't want to do that, CW can just hit from far away because there's no punish available on the side of Geek Fam.
The only punish is the Ruby. But the thing is, the Ruby needs to watch out for so much more than just the Claude. You need to watch out for Keyboy, for Serpent Land, everything here. Except, the thing is, it's just really hard. Unless they are going to be, unless the I'm Offended connects onto 5, I don't really see a way where Geek Fam can come back from this. They will still be able to defend if Onic Esports makes a mistake. But again, if your only win condition is the enemy making a mistake, that's not really a good win condition to have. Damage taken by Boots, 83k right now.
Wow.
He's just taunting them at this point.
Yeah.
He's in front. he's just soaking the damage. He doesn't care. He has the consecration. He has his battle spell. And now slow pushes from the top, mid, and bottom side. It's all going to come crashing.
I feel like Onic Esports with this Lord push may be able to close out the game. Let's see the engage. Samo with the flicker. Jet Kundo connects onto a Swan, but the Wave Dragon does not connect. Let's take a look at the front side. Maves gets taken down. Onic still with 5. Rupture, Swan, and Vince defending their lag. Oh, blazing duets. On towards Rupture. Rupture will not be able to survive Serpent Lance with the kill. Take a look at the base. It is too exposed. Onic Esports will take game number 1.
I said it yesterday. A 15k gold lead is unheard of. Onic, 14k gold lead in game number 1.
And it's not even a long game. It just happened so fast, and they're just so dominant all the way since the opening bell of the game. So
they didn't get to play the game. They lost the game at 3 minutes.
Geek was just denied the opportunity to even mount any kind of resistance.
They didn't play.
Wow.
They didn't play. I feel like it was all Cho and as well as Keyboy. Samo and Keyboy enables his team in the early game. They just give so much constant pressure that Renvi couldn't get his buffs.